I'm Kevin McCann. I am a member of the Doylestown YMCA and a very recent addition to the YMCA Master Swim Team. Grew up in this area, swam a lot as a young kid. Swimming was kind of my thing. Much of my identity when I was a kid was tied to being a swimmer. And I think it came from just a level of comfort in the pool from an early age. Spent a lot of time in the water. Anything you could do in, on, or around the water, I was doing it. And that really translated into a pretty successful career. People always ask me about, what does my son or daughter or my swimmer have to do to be really, really good? And the first thing I say is make sure they like it. Make sure they love it. Make sure they have fun. Because that translates more to your swimming than anything else. And it really has been an awesome journey. This is a great swimming community around here. Some tremendous swimmers have come out of this area, some amazing coaches, some amazing teams. The YMCA is a phenomenal program here. I mean, my kids swim here, so I think that says a heck of a lot about how impressed I am with the program here. But my swim journey was a really rewarding one. I swam around here. I swam at my high school team around here. I wound up being state champion for CB East right down the road. I was an All-American a couple handfuls of times. I even wound up qualifying for the Olympic trials in butterfly. So really wonderful career, but that comes from having a really wonderful swim community around you. That doesn't happen without that. My kids started swimming, and while it was at first really a hard thing to be around the sport again, the joy that I saw with them really made me feel like it was okay to kind of start literally dipping my toes back into the pool, right? And I started swimming recreationally here just when I needed to, a rough day at work, just needing some time to clear your head and get some exercise. And swimming's unique like that too. It's you're in a pool and you're exercising, but it's kind of isolating in terms of when you're actually doing it. You can hear some other things, some gurgling and things, but you're generally swimming inside your own head. So sometimes it's just a healthy thing to go get some exercise and get your thoughts straight. So I guess I went swimming on the wrong day when the Masters team was practicing right next to me, and I got a nudge like, hey, want to come practice with us? And I was like, I don't know, it's been a long time, and that feeling of having to have walked away from it and being like, no, that part of me is not there. But the gentleman here, Sean, who's been a wonderful partner and inspiration and mentor of it's okay to get back in the pool, and I did wind up kind of sneaking over and swimming with that team, and started to just go to a couple practices here and there, go to a couple workouts, just kind of really eased back into it. And it started to really reawaken something that was like, this is part of who you are. It doesn't matter that you're not training for Olympic trials. It doesn't matter that you're not, swimming for Brown University or a state champion in high school. And that stuff melts away. And you realize that, you still are a swimmer. It's still who you are. You still love it just as much as you ever did. And when you realize hey, I walked away from something I cared about a lot. I joke with people I had a 22-year taper because, I took off 22 years before I actually got back into swimming. And as soon as I started getting back into it, I realized, this is good for my head, this is good for my body.
I got to see Kevin race for the first time about 18 months ago. And it was the first time I ever really understood how unique that is and how that'd be silly, but how beautiful it is. And he got first place, and at that point I never really understood how fast you were until that first competition at the Masters.
Swimming being the family business that it is, having our kids all swimming was a big part of kind of me re-engaging. And it's a unique thing too, because you have, Mary's 6, and she's cheering for 18-year-olds who are scoring points for the same team. And the same 18-year-olds or their coaches are swimming in that meet and scoring points for that same team. You don't often see 6-year-olds and 18-year-olds and the generational component. On our masters team, we have you know, Hans, who's 85 and, you know, swimming with us young bucks who are 44 who feel way older than the 22-year-olds who are kicking our butts. You know, it really is a neat environment that you don't see in a lot of sports, that is multi-generational, and it's very much a family business. It really is.
Mm-hmm.